lovelies, Barbara here with another tarot reading for the week ahead. It is Monday, the 25th of May, 2026. And today in the UK, it's another bank holiday. So I hope you've got something amazing planned. I don't even know what I'm going to do today. I think I'm probably going to just chill out. That's probably not going to happen, really, because I don't really do chilling out. But I'll give it a go once in a while, see how I get on. Anyway, I hope you've got something amazing planned. So, really interesting reading this week. We have the Old English Tarot, which is a really nice deck. There's the back of it. And I do feel this week is quite important. The reason being, we've got 4 out of the 5 are majors. And guess what we lead with? We lead with the Death card. Now, over the last few weeks, we've had a lot of transformation cards, haven't we? I think we've probably even had the Death card a few times. But do you see what I mean about the symbolism in this? The symbolism is very simple. And I do feel this week is about, it's not transformation, or you've got to do some transformation. You've done it. If you think of a traditional, say, Rider-Waite, but a lot of cards are the same, the skeleton in the Death card has armour on, and that armour is protection. Here, the Death card hasn't. All right, it's wearing rags, that's fine. He's starting, or she's starting from nothing, because you've already transformed. All those things that have been coming up over the last few weeks, that transformation has happened. There are still a few odds and ends you need to sort out, but you are in this beginning of this new life that you can now decide what direction you want to go in. And I do feel strongly that this week is about careers. Now, careers, it doesn't necessarily have to be a hugely well-paid career. That would be nice. But remember, a career as opposed to a job, a career is something that brings you that joy, that it's something that you really, really want to do. A job tends to be something that you need to do to pay your bills. That's the difference. I do feel, and I don't know why this is what's coming through, that this is career-based. And it doesn't matter what your age is for this, because careers sometimes aren't well paid. So it could be something that you will think, right, I'm going to start my little business to do crafts, or I want to do craft fairs or things like that. It's something that you have to plan and organise, but you had to let go of a load of things in the past to be able to enable that. And that word past is quite important. And the reason I'm saying is because the next card you have is the High Priestess. Now, in this particular High Priestess, and again, I don't know how it's coming out in the video, she's actually slightly turned to the left. Now, in tarot, if something's turned to the left, that usually relates in some way to the past. Now, she's already turning away from the past, that left. She has the book there, which she's got to have, like, almost like she's reading it through. Or has she, if I get it as close as possible, pinpointed something? Now, bearing in mind the High Priestess is a very spiritual card. It's about seeking things that are beyond. That career aspect is sometimes a spiritual feeling. I'm not saying you're suddenly going to become a Reiki teacher or something like that. It could be that. That is a form of a career. It's a profession. But it's something that opens up different avenues for you so that it makes you feel good, so that you know what your position is in life. What, we all have things we have to do in life. They always say we've got a list of things, and whether it's karmic or anything else like that, it's that, what do we need to do in this life? What's going to fulfill us? And that's part and parcel of the High Priestess, is acknowledging there are other things within your life that you can utilize. But it's that book, that open, the secrets almost that are coming out. Utilize this week to not only look to the past. What do you think about? What did I used to like doing in the past? When I was at school, what did I want to do for a career? What job did I want to do? Do you still have those feelings towards that job? Could you do it in some way? Not necessarily the whole, if you suddenly wanted to be a jockey when you were like, I don't know, 11, 12 years old, that might not be really relevant if you're 50. Do you see what I mean? But what could you use? Or perhaps in that case, perhaps you want to go into the admin of that sort of thing. All these things, bring it in to fulfill your heart and your destiny almost. And guess what? Once you've figured that out, you've got the Fool. Now, I like this Fool because normally the Fool's looking up, he's not looking where he's going, and he's not particularly looking where he's going. I'm hiding my face there. But if you look, all right, there is what could be, note, what could be the edge of a cliff. He doesn't know. And that's the whole point. Sometimes when you set out on something, you don't really know what direction you're going in, but also what the pitfalls. Now, that could be a sheer drop. It could be that deep. It's just like a step. He doesn't know. And sometimes you've got to allay those fears and put them to one side. I mean, be sensible about things. And I also feel that, there are still going to be some people saying, and I say this constantly, you don't want to do that. But, or have you checked everything? And I think in this thing, you think about dogs are very loyal, particularly in anything spiritual. If you see a dog, invariably it's to do with loyalty. Perhaps he's saying, look, do you know what? You haven't checked everything. Is this a practical move for you? Do you really want to do this? But I will support you as I go, as you go forward. And I will support you as I go along with you. He's dressed in red and that amazing richness and energy. Sometimes, though, you do need to look where you're going, but only just to check out any potential dangers. Let's use dangers or pitfalls. Because this is quite interesting. It sort of leads to that dog in some respect. We've got the Five of Cups. And remember, the Five of Cups is, spilt milk and all this sort of thing. Now, this is what I like about this deck. Do you see here? Oh, it comes up really well on the camera, doesn't it? So there's the character there with a drum, and there's somebody else beating that drum. You're going to be, bowed down, bearing the weight of this, and then somebody's making it worse. Don't listen to other people's, listen a little bit, obviously. Don't be rude. Don't say I'm not listening to you, talk to the hand. But when it comes down to it, don't let other people make you feel that, oh no, I'm doing this all wrong, I'm doing this all wrong. Sometimes you've got to be that fool and take a chance. Put the drum down, for goodness sake, so they can't beat the drum. There will be people around you. A lot of it is from jealousy. I will say that. Oh, I've always wanted to do that. Oh, why are you in that position that you can now do it? Let's beat you down a little bit. Don't be beaten down by other people. Stand up tall. Say, yeah, I'm taking off it and I'm going to go. It's down to you to do this. Nobody else can do it for you. Because look what you get. You get the Magician. Now, if you think back, what we've had the Fool, not in the same order, obviously. We've had this Fool, which is a 0. You've had the Magician, and you've had the High Priestess. Those first 3 cards. How amazing is that? That's how important this week is. So, the Magician, so he's got all the tools at his disposal. Now, this is interesting, because it's almost like he's peeling something back to discover something else. It's a bit like, what do they put on top of some tables that you can peel? Veneer. He's peeling back that veneer to see what's underneath. And that's you. You're a number 1. It's the whole point of being that, yes, I can discover new things. I can see the pitfalls. I can see what I need to do, and I can see which direction I need to go in to literally step up and realize where I need at this point in my life to be, or what I need to aim for. So I do feel this is a career thing rather than, a career thing can be a spiritual thing. I know we've had the High Priestess, but this is a really important way of thinking forward. Like I said, it doesn't matter what your age is. We can all start a career, can't we? At any time. Well, as soon as you left school, well, I don't know. I've heard of young people have started like their little businesses while they've still been at school. So there's so many different options that you can take, but you need to look back. What fulfilled you, or what did you decide to do? All right, some things are going to be a little bit difficult. Now, using my example, at school, I wanted to be an astronaut. I was really, really into astronomy, and not astrology, astronomy. That was my thing. And if you got to use it or lose it, basically. And I'm thinking now, well, do you know what? I'll never be an astronaut, but why not get back into astronomy? And perhaps that's something I want to do. I haven't decided yet. It's where I need to sit and think about the High Priestess. Where do I need to go with this? So there we are. So we have got some wonderful cards here. Do you know what? I have done 5. Do you know what? For some reason, I thought there was only 4. Oh, I know why. Because I said the 4 majors. So there is so much you can do. Be that magician this week and just see where you can go. Your transformation's already taken place. Time to move on. Time to take it where you want to go. I'll see you soon. Have a great week. Bye for now.